Hello, angels.
It's a crazy place in a crazy world. Some people call it a hospital, but I've seen what the good folk do. It's more like a zoo. People rant and rave, they scream and wave their hands all around, and it's driving me insane.
What are we doing here?
I've been up since 6 this morning. The nurses don't realize, they just keep calling. My eyes won't stay open any longer. I just need slumber. The pager rings and flashes and sings and buzzes till I'm so blue, and it's driving me insane. It's a mad place, but somehow people seem to get better. At least that's what it says on the discharge letter. And whenever we struggle for sanity, remember that just like our patients, we just want to get out of here. The ward run keeps going on and on. There's the story of how dialysis was born, but all I can think of is which charts to write and when's my next bite. The fascination's strong, but the inclination is not to be found. It's driving me insane.
Catherine! I want to pay her off.
It's a crazy place in a crazy world. Some people call it a hospital, but I've seen what the good folk do. It's more like a zoo. People rant and rave, they scream and wave their hands all around, and it's driving me insane. Somebody get me out of here!
Mr. Beasley, thank you for your time. As you know, the election is a cliffhanger at the moment. Do you have any last-minute promises for Concord Hospital?
Well, I'm not going to do a backflip like my opponent. I mean, I think he's always getting the wrong end of the scope and backflipping and exploring the wrong end of the matter most of the time. But I would have thought that Concord needs some reconciliation. We certainly need reconciliation with the area, and I'll be fighting hard for reconciliation. There's been a lot of discussion about Cefotaxime approval numbers, and I guess for the moment I'd be prepared to drop those, but they stay on for meropenem, I'm afraid. Well, an MRI scanner is obviously necessary, and John, the Prime Minister's refused that for Concord Hospital. I'm absolutely sure we need an MRI scanner. They're the major issues, I think, at the moment. Thanks.
Mr. Prime Minister, how do you respond to Mr. Beasley's statements on Cefotaxime?
I think it's absolutely appalling and reprehensible that the opposition leader should try and use the Cefotaxime issue as a way of scoring cheap points in an election campaign. The Cefotaxime issue is a tragedy that touches all our hearts. It is an absolute disgrace that he's using this as a political pawn. He and his little associate Gottlieb, they've got it all wrong. I am not going to be drawn into talking about something as meaningful and as tragic as Cefotaxime.
Sure. Do you yourself have any last-minute promises for the electorate?
Well, what can I say? What can I say? I mean, when it's been as good as we've had it, I mean, how can it get any better? More of the same, more gastroenterology, more payment for gastroenterology, and a better retirement scheme for ex-prime ministers. More of the same.
Thank you for your time.
Babe of the year. Well, I have to say that the appearance of the person certainly would always factor in when I was a resident, of course not anymore. and I'd be happy to go on the panel and make a contribution.
I think it should be on overall attractiveness, not.
We're talking about a real babe, a cross between Cindy Crawford, Miss India. What else? The brains of Helen Creasy. They're going to look like my wife.
A great sense of humour and other big attributes.
By babe, I'm sure you don't mean a cute pig like in the movie.
I think it's difficult that the potential babes now all go home and let the clock at night rather than stay overnight, because in the era before I was a resident, apparently this was the witching hour for when the real babes are identified.
Probably Babe of the Year might be one of my junior staff that I had this year.
How much hair they have, what colour clothes they wear, and do they have a sparkling personality?
To be honest with you, it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, they say.
Then she should obviously be attractive and intelligent together. And gregarious.
I'm married, do you realise that? Well, I think I did say to one of my residents the other day, I'm a great fan of estrogens, Rav, and a plentiful and abundant supply of estrogens, good facial features, maybe estrogens above all.
Obviously you'll be looking for a nice, gold blonde, beautiful woman.
I think the female resident staff here are very good looking, and you should have a female, a Asian Babe of the Year and a non-Asian Babe of the Year category, because there are too many good looking residents here.
Any other attributes that strike?
Well, I know what you want me to say, Rav, but I'm not saying it on camera.
I don't know, tall, blonde, attractive, with a good figure. Like all our residents here.
What qualities you would look for in deciding this award?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think someone who's very approachable. Someone, I suppose, with stud of the year, you've got to have good looking as well in there, haven't you? Someone who's good fun, good sense of humour, very important categories. I think those are my main criteria, but I don't know.
Well, you have to be good looking.
You've had a lot to do with junior medical staff. Have you felt anyone...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
Okay.
Probably sexy, good looking, and popular with the opposite sex.
I would personally go for someone who's quite professional, well educated, who will need to be very committed to some sort of sport.
Everything.
Okay.
Oh, it'd have to be someone who wouldn't be a doctor. Does that count? I don't know.